If you live in Georgetown, today we are going to be covering the Georgetown real estate market update for the month of June 2024. If you haven't already watched the full Greater Toronto Area market update for my channel, that is here in the top corner. But I'm going to give you the quick breakdown here. When we're looking at year-over-year numbers, we have some serious issues. I'll pull up the chart right here just so you guys can see where we're at year-over-year, and then we'll dive specifically into the Georgetown numbers and show you where you might be at depending on what type of property you own in Georgetown. So as you can see here, the sales numbers year over year are not that great. 6,200 sales this year compared to 7,400 sales last year. We're seeing a 16% decline in sales. You might think that's not too bad, but once I tell you the increase in listings, you're gonna see that we have a 28% swing between these two categories, which is a serious issue for the Greater Toronto real estate area at the moment. Active listings on the market is 17,900, and then we have 15,900 the same time last year. So we've seen a 12% increase in listings, 16% decrease in sales, giving us that 28% swing in issue that we have here. Not only that, last year at the same time, we had 14,000 active listings. Not horrible. 23,600 active listings is what we had at the end of June 2024. We had an additional 10,000 units in surplus. If you're looking to sell a home right now, especially a condo, you're gonna find yourself in a very difficult predicament. You're gonna be deciding whether or not you really wanna give your property away at a price that you might not be ultimately super happy with, because that's the only way to sell a condo at the moment. You have to have the best price, you have to have the best looking condo, and you got to be willing to wheel and deal with the buyer. The leverage that the buyers have right now is enormous on the buy side for a condo. If you own something great in the detached or semi-detached variety, you're still going to be okay. Those categories, as we're going to go through in Georgetown specifically, are still moving very well. The prices are holding well. However, those condos, with the category being so saturated with inventory, it is creating some real big issues, and people don't necessarily want a condo right now, which is another issue that we'll get into after we discuss the Georgetown numbers. So let's take a look at what's happening specifically in Georgetown, as this is the Georgetown market update for June 2024. If you text me at the number here on screen, I'd be happy to just chat about real estate in your specific market and give you a more specific idea of what your home may be worth, or answer some questions for you in your specific area. Now let's take a look what we've got here for our numbers for the detached category in Georgetown. Now this is the Georgetown real estate market update, but we are going to call it Halton Hills when we're giving you the numbers here, just to encompass some of those people who live in and around that area. So the average detached home sold for 1,260, so just under 1.3 million for that average detached home. It was actually taking on average about 18 days to sell that detached home, and it was selling at a 97% ratio over that asking price. So there's a little bit of wiggle room based on a lot of the list price that houses are coming on the market with versus what they are ultimately selling with. Semi-detached, there's not a ton of them. We had 3 transactions, and out of those 3 transactions, the average price we're looking at is $872,000. But because there's only 3 transactions and semi-detached tends to be a popular category, they're selling for full list price at 100% of asking. It's only taking them about 7 days to sell. So if you have a semi-detached property right now, you are probably in the best case scenario. It's gonna sell quick. Your affordability is under $900K for the potential buyer. And as the seller, you're not gonna have to worry about having your home on the market for months on end, hoping that you just need a buyer to come through that door. On the townhouse side of things, without a maintenance fee, of course, we had 6 transactions averaging $901,000. So we know there's a lot of executive style townhouses and larger townhouses, 2,000 plus square feet, which is actually bigger than some of these semi-detached that we just previously talked about. So the average price here, slightly higher than what we saw in the last category at $901,000. So the amazing thing here, you're seeing these sell for 103% of asking, which is quite a bit over your list price on average. So if you're looking at townhouses, you're taking a look online, you see the prices, expect to pay more than what you see, and you're only looking at a 9-day turnaround time on one of these freehold townhouses. So if you have one, you are going to be in pretty good hands. The next category we're going to take a look at is the condo townhouse category. Georgetown and Halton Hills, they combined for only 6 sales, 662,000 being the average. There's a lot of older condo townhouses between Acton and Georgetown, and they are generally about 1,300 square feet at most. Some of them still have no AC, some of them have been renovated, but you're seeing this average price become a lot more affordable in that mid 600 range. It's going to take a little bit more time to sell them. On average, it's taking 20 days. You have to remember, if If you're buying a condo type property, there's conditional period for your status certificate to be reviewed, for a little bit more due diligence to be done on the buyer side of things. And these are selling at 99% of asking, so still very close to the average list price, whether the homeowners and the agents are pricing the homes properly, which might be the case, or you've got buyers out there who are willing to pay this extra little premium to be in the Georgetown or Halton Hills area. That could potentially be it as well. The last category is always very small in Georgetown and Halton Hills. It's the condo category. We had exactly 2 transactions that were condos, so the price is going to be skewed here. $652,000 is your average condo price, and you're seeing these take 33 days. So even in Georgetown, where there's a limited amount of inventory, you are seeing a long time that they're going to sit on the market. So giving you the brief update in the beginning of the GTA versus your Georgetown market. Your Georgetown market is actually pretty strong. You've got a lot of the categories that are selling in and around asking or over asking. Even the condo category, it is what it is, but there's only 2 transactions. So we're not too worried about that in the Halton Hills and Georgetown area. So if you own a home in this area and you're thinking of making a move, I wouldn't be too concerned about what's happening directly in the GTA, but you have to be cognizant of what is actually going on in the overall market when it comes to affordability. Because not only do you have to consider who your potential buyer is, you have to consider what they might be having to sell themselves. So if you're selling a detached home in Georgetown, your buyer maybe is coming from Brampton or Mississauga, for example, and it's going to take them a lot more time to sell their home to get your home to close the deal. So they might be coming into your potential listing asking for a conditional on sale or asking for specific terms that you may not be too excited about, but you need to understand where they're coming from, because their situation and their market could be quite a bit different than what you're currently dealing with. If you want to talk about your Georgetown home, feel free, shoot me a text message at this number here on screen. We can get chatting about it. If you have a home that you want to hit the market really soon, feel free to book a one-on-one consultation call with me. I can come out to your home, let you know what your home is worth, and we can go from there. Thanks so much for watching another Georgetown Real Estate Halton Hills market update. My name is Mike Carpino, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.